Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to a new deep dive, everyone. Today, we're exploring something really vital for, well, pretty much any business.
Yeah.
Getting the equipment you need, how to operate and grow without just emptying the coffers right away.
Right. And we've been looking at some specific materials for this excerpts from something titled Joe Starcher Equipment Funding Benefits.
Exactly.
So our goal here really is to pull out the key insights from these documents about equipment financing. It's about understanding this option, for businesses needing tools or vehicles, machinery, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because keeping up often means new gear, right? But that upfront cost. Wow.
Oh, it can be massive, whether it's like trucks for a construction firm or new ovens for a restaurant or even high-tech medical devices. It adds up fast.
Okay, so these materials we looked at, they lay out some pretty clear benefits for considering equipment funding. One of the big ones they hit on right away is preserving cash flow.
hmm And that's huge. The sources really stress this isn't just, pinching pennies. It's about keeping your working capital liquid accessible.
Right, the day-to-day money.
Exactly. Payroll, inventory, marketing, emergencies even. You don't want all that tied up in one big purchase if you can help it. It gives you breathing room.
And interestingly, they also make a point about owning the equipment eventually.
Yes, they draw a clear line compared to leasing. With a loan, the idea presented is you're building equity with each payment. And, down the line, it's yours, an actual asset on your books.
That ownership aspect seems pretty significant.
Wow.
And speaking of how things work, they mention flexible terms too.
They do. The material suggests repayment plans can often be, well, customized, tailored to fit a business's cash flow or maybe even seasonal revenue patterns.
Which could be really useful for budgeting.
Definitely. Adaptability is key there. And then there are potential tax benefits.
Huh?
Yeah. The sources mention possible deductions, specifically citing Section 179 as an example. But, and this is important, they include a strong caveat.
Right.
You absolutely must talk to a tax professional. Always.
Good disclaimer.
Okay.
Okay, so flexibility, ownership, cash flow. But here's something that probably catches a lot of eyes. Speed. They talk about speed.
They really emphasize that. Fast approvals. Getting the funds quickly.
And why does that matter so much, according to them?
Well, the material connects it directly to minimizing downtimes. Think about it. A key machine breaks down, or you need to scale up fast. The sources basically say quick funding means you get the gear, you get back to work, or you upgrade almost immediately. They even use the phrase improve productivity instantly.
Instantly. That's a strong claim. It really underlines the urgency businesses sometimes face.
For sure. And they show this isn't just for one or two industries. They list examples like trucks and trailers, commercial kitchen gear, medical devices, office tech.
So pretty broad.
Very broad. The sources frame it as relevant for pretty much any business that relies on physical equipment.
Makes sense. They also provide a contact number in the materials, right, for the source
Yeah.
itself.
For anyone wanting to follow up directly with the source mentioned, the number provided for Joe Starcher Funding is 872-228-5250.
Okay, good to note. So thinking about all this for you listening, how might understanding these points, keeping cash free, owning the asset, flexible payments, tax potential, and especially that speed factor maybe shift how you view business growth or upgrading?
Yeah, it leads to a pretty interesting final thought based on what we read. If fast access to equipment can, as the sources claim, boost productivity instantly, what does the speed itself actually mean for staying competitive today? How much of an edge does that quick access give you? Something to really chew on.